Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. This is Essential Patience and I am Patience. In today's video, I'll be talking about 10 habits that keep you behind your money goals. We all have goals of financial freedom, but sometimes there are habits and practices we do in our daily lives that keep us behind these goals. The worst is that sometimes we don't even recognize these signs. Habit number one is not budgeting or budgeting incorrectly. As the saying goes, you can't manage what you don't measure. While creating a budget is good, a budget is only as effective as you make it. You should always make sure that when you budget, you're budgeting correctly according to how you actually live and not what you hope to live. If you want to make cuts in certain areas, you need to be aware of how much you're currently spending and how much cuts you need to make. Making a budget and just leaving it around and not even updating the budget according to your income and also your expenses is not a good practice to be in. It is a habit that instead of helping you, it does absolutely nothing for your financial situation. Always make sure that you budget correctly and your budget is revised to update where you are in your life. Habit number two is having way too many subscriptions. For many companies, they make subscriptions so cheap that you don't even notice the money going, or you just feel like it's too much of a hassle to cancel it. In my opinion, there is no reason why you should have like 4 or 5 movie screening subscriptions. Like, how many can you really watch at a single time? A habit I've been putting into practice is having one streaming site at a time. So if I have Netflix streaming this month, then I cut off everything else. And if I want to watch something on Hulu next month, I'll be sure to cancel my Netflix subscription. And when it ends, I'm going to go to Hulu to watch whatever I want to watch. To really help you detox from a lot of subscriptions that you may or may not even be using, or even like you just forgot about it, is to take your card statement and go through each and every single line and think about, like, am I using this? And if no, do the work of going there and unsubscribing. $10 here, $10 there, it all adds up. And when you cancel all these subscriptions, you will free up so much of your money to go towards actual goals that are going to help you and your dreams that you want to achieve. Habit number 3 is something that has become very common in these recent years, which is not eating at home, eating out too much, or ordering delivery. The convenience has made it so accessible to be Postmating, Uber eating, door dashing all your food. But the truth is that no matter how you crunch the numbers, cooking your own food will probably always be cheaper than ordering food out, unless you're like have some serious discount. And by serious discount, I mean like serious discounts. Getting into the practice of cooking your own food and being intentional about going grocery shopping and what you want to do is not only very beneficial for your finances, but also for your health. If you don't already, I recommend that you make a plan for like, what do you want to eat? Make a grocery budget to tailor to that and go shopping and cook your own food at home. Habit number 4 is spending way too much on self-care. Is self-care eating up your financial future? Only you can answer that. But it is so true. Like, sometimes if you're like going to the salon so much, going for spas, treatment, facials, massages, self-care could literally be eating up your financial future, okay? It could be eating up your retirement. So we all have to analyze our lives and see, is self-care too much? Like, sometimes there are things that we can do. Like, you don't have to maybe go get your nails done every single month. Maybe you can start doing it on your own for sometimes and go out once in a while to treat yourself. Or maybe you don't have to go to do your hair every single month. Maybe you start going every 3 months and save that money that you are putting into salon. And I know we all like to treat ourselves once in a while, but sometimes I think that it goes overboard, especially dependent on where you are financially. When you finally get to a place where you're financially comfortable and getting your hair done every single month will not hurt your accounts or anything, like it's something you wouldn't even notice, then there will be nothing wrong with that. But at a certain time in your life, when that money can go towards something better, it is really good to analyze, like, am I putting this money to the best use? Another habit that could be eating up your financial future is simply not planning ahead. Living in the moment is all great till you don't plan and you have to pay because you didn't plan. An example of this could be like not cooking food, so you go to work and you have to buy your lunch because you didn't prepare lunch before to bring it, or you slept in so late and didn't wake up to make your public transportation, so now you have to take an Uber, which is more expensive. Or maybe you didn't look at the weather, and so even though you have an umbrella at home, you left it, went to work, and now you have to buy an umbrella to come home. All these little things, like, again, it's not something that would immediately break your account or set you back 10 years in your financial goals. They add up and they will set you back. It becomes very costly. So just being able to plan ahead, like checking the weather and say, okay, I'll take my umbrella today, or making sure you bring your headphones when you're going somewhere so you have to buy new ones, or even something as simple as taking a water bottle with you instead of having to buy one. Like, those are little things that you can always, ensure that you're saving that money and it's going towards something better. Habit number 6 is impulse shopping. Today with Amazon and like online shopping, it is so easy to get online and just buy a ton of things you don't even need. Or sometimes you go out with friends and family and you just go shopping. You didn't even plan to, but you're just swiping out your card and just buying. And by the time you see, you spend hundreds of dollars that was supposed to go towards something else. A way to combat this is to be intentional about your actions. Plan things. And sometimes, let's say you're like, okay, whenever I go on Amazon, like, I just buy a bunch of things that I don't need. Maybe what you can start doing is like write a list down when you're going, online shopping, or even going physically to shop. You write down a list and you're like, okay, I'm sticking to this and this only. I would not buy anything else that is not on this list. That's something that can help. Another thing we impulse buy, again, is food. But like, if you're walking around, you're snacking, you're just buying snacks here, buying snacks there. It's like, it's not that big of a deal at the moment, but if you do it too much, it's money that's adding up. Number 7 goes back to eating at home, which is not making a grocery list before you go grocery shopping. One thing a grocery store has is a ton of things. There's so much food, there's so much options, that if you don't have strong will and you go to like a place like Costco, oh my God, in Costco you just want to buy like 5 things. You come back, you spend like $300, okay? So you want to make sure that you take a list and you find the willpower and the strength to stick to that list and to buy what's on there. But you want to be intentional about how you're spending your money and what kind of food you're eating. So making the list just helps you to at least manage more. So maybe you will buy a thing or two that was not on the list, but at least you're not just going blindsided and just feel like, well, what am I here for? And then you buy all the things you don't need and forget the things that you do need. Habit number 8 is slightly more serious and maybe requires like some professional help, but it is like funding addictions. If you have an addiction to something, it is so easy for it to eat up all your money. And whether that's gambling or smoking or drinking or even something more serious. But attacking those issues and getting professional help would definitely help you to decrease those habits and even eradicate them, or at least be aware of them. Like, that's the big point. You want to start to be aware of them and you can work towards getting better with it. But addiction is a serious issue. And a lot of people who don't address the addiction end up going broke. So there's just something to note. And if you have an addiction, you want to seek professional help and start addressing it, so you're not spending all your money funding that addiction. Habit number 9, which I think is more of a mistake, is like not building a credit score and like maintaining a good credit score. A good credit score is so important, especially if you're going to be making big purchases in the future. I know a lot of people want to be homeowners and own a car, and one thing a credit score would help you do is not pay an astronomical amount of interest. A good credit score and a well-maintained credit score would allow you to get more options to qualify for many things. If you don't have a credit score and you want to start, you can always open a secure credit card to help you build your credit score. And as long as you pay off your monthly balance every time before it's due, you should be just fine. And if you have a bad credit score, what you want to do is analyze what habits are getting me into this bad credit score, and then try and fix that, and then that would fix your credit score. It's not going to be an easy one way fix in a month kind of thing, but with time and practice and action, you'll be able to get there. And habit number 10 is paying the stupid tax. This is a concept I learned from Judge Lynn Toler. So what is the stupid tax? It is basically paying for your own mistakes that you could have easily avoided. Sometimes it could be as easy as like driving too fast and like running a red light, and like you knew you were driving too fast and you didn't care. So now you have to pay a stupid tax in the way of a ticket. Or maybe you're parking in the wrong spot that you knew you shouldn't have been doing, and then there is a stupid tax. Or like losing things, breaking things, destroying things. All those things cost money, and somebody's gonna have to buy them again. So if you're the type of person that gets angry and start like destroying stuff, like who's gonna have to pay for it? It's probably you. So that's a stupid tax, because you are destroying your own things and you're gonna have to replace them, or you're destroying somebody else's things and you're gonna have to replace it. So avoiding the stupid tax is about self-control. Getting a grasp of yourself and your actions and being intentional about your actions and doing the right thing would really save you from buying and paying for things that you didn't have to. And with that said, that concludes this video. Thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful. Like, comment, and subscribe, and ring that notification bell to be notified whenever I post another video. And thank you. Put in the comments, if you were guilty of any of these habits. I know I am. Like that ordering food out thing was a crutch for me for at one point. I've been delivered in Jesus' name, amen. But definitely go ahead, let me know if you fall into any of these habits and what you're gonna do to mitigate that. But thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.